Hi guys, welcome back. So we are outside. It's been like the first nice-ish day for a long time. So chickens are going crazy. My kids are out here yelling and having fun. So, oh, there's chickens. There's my rooster. Yeah, so we'll see how this video goes. But I want to work on my roses. Now, living in a zone 3, northern Minnesota, pretty roses are hard to come by. We don't get any of those old Eastern roses, or any of the David Austin roses don't really survive here, unfortunately, because they're so beautiful. I would love to have ones like that. But we found a beautiful rose. They're this beautiful purpley fuchsia color, but it is not doing well. So here in our area, we get really bad rose wasps. They have a few different names, what they do, there's my daughter's hat right there, I'll show you, but these wasps come and they lay eggs and they create these little balls. And then when the larva gets old enough, they crawl out and more wasps, creating more balls and all that stuff. It's a very hard to get rid of. All you can really do is when you see one of these balls form, cut it, destroy it. That prevents the eggs from hatching and thus making more wasps. So really the only way you can get a handle on these is just proper pruning. Now, we haven't lived in this house for the last 5 years. So we actually moved to Montana for the last 5 years, and we just had a renter living in our house, and we just moved back late last summer. So garden-wise, nothing was done in the last 5 years. When I moved back here last year, I was pretty pregnant, so I had to pick and choose my battles of what I wanted to get accomplished. So nothing was done with the roses. So nothing's been done with the roses for the last 5 years, and they are suffering. They are not doing well. They're just really weak. They look sick and ill, so eventually we will probably be just ripping these roses out. But I will be trying one more season to see if maybe by some miracle these will pull through. I would try just cutting them pretty much down to the ground, which there's a YouTuber called Hooked and Rooted. I really like her. I'll link her below. And I commented on her video explaining what's going on with my roses, and she said just try whacking them down and seeing if they will kind of like do a restart mode and just kind of rejuvenate, like a rejuvenation prune maybe. So that's what I'm going to try today. This is not how you normally prune roses. And then I also have some campfire roses on a different area of my garden over there that I will be pruning up, but they're kind of in the same boat. They don't have any of the rose wasps, but same thing. They haven't been pruned in so long and they're not doing well. So I'll probably be doing a pretty good shearing of those as well. So let's just get started.
All right, you guys, we have got a full cart, so we're gonna bring it over to the burn pile, and then we're gonna keep on going.
Okay, you guys, I did what I could. Why don't I show you what they look like? Like I said, this is not the recommended way to prune roses. Part of me doesn't even want to show you because it's just so bad, but this is my one last ditch effort to save these roses. So let me show you. Okay, so I have 2 campfire roses in this flower bed, which this bed needs a lot of work, but that will be for another day. So I will come out, I'll cut back all of that ornamental grass, I'll fix this arbor, prop that back up. I just have a lot more pruning. I gotta rake up all the leaves, but for today the sole purpose was the campfire roses. So there's this one, you can't even see. I have to go through and get more of the leaves out. But this poor little thing is so sad. You can't even really see it. What happened is somehow we had a gooseberry. Don't know where the gooseberry came from, but it came from right in the middle of the roses. You can kind of see it right there. And we cut that back last year when we first moved back, but the poor rose was just being taken over by that gooseberry, and it still hasn't recovered. Obviously, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4 branches from the rose that is there. So we'll see if that pulls through. Not sure if we're going to keep that one after this year. We'll see what happens. And then this one, here is a little bit better. I did a better job at getting all the dead debris away, but the very center of the rose right here is just all dead, and there were a few little green things on the outside. So we did get a few roses off these last year, and they were beautiful, but they're just not thriving, and I don't know if I want to take up space for things that aren't thriving in the garden. So let me show you the other 2 that I did. Okay, so here's another rose. This is actually one that I left the longest length to. We'll see what happens. Most of the branches that I cut off were dead, and so yeah, like all of these is an experiment, and we will just see what happens. And then right around the corner we have just a ton of stuff that needs to clean up. Here's a smoke bush that we'll be cutting back to the ground, a 9 bark that again we will be cutting back to the ground. This hydrangea just needs, it's a beautiful, beautiful quick fire lace top hydrangea. It's hard to tell when everything's brown and dead still or dormant, but we'll just be doing a simple prune with this to get all the dead blooms off and stuff like that. Here's another 9 bark that it's all dead, and I did my best to I started clipping it back, but I need something a little bit bigger than my loppers, probably a chainsaw to cut those back with. And then here's the very first rose that I started with. Again, I need to come back and get rid of some of this dead debris. But I'll do that and rake up this whole flower bed. But I cut this one pretty far back, so I'm really curious to see what happens. Okay, that is it for this video. Jazzy helped a ton. she would pick up all the branches that I pruned off and throw them and take it to the burn pile, which is great. So that is it for this video. So stay tuned if you want to see how these roses do, if they come back at all, and just how they do. And if you have any recommendations of what I should put there when we do, if we have to take out the roses, which I don't want to, but if we have to, please, I would love some ideas of what you think I should put there in its place. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye. The moss rose galls, no, not wasp, rose wasp galls, okay. Rose gall wasp. I can't remember which way it is. Gall.
Okay, give me
Rose wasp gall. No, rose gall wasp. That's it. What did I just say?
Okay, so you said the rose
wasp galls. All this rose wasp. There's a gall somewhere in the name.